Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a couple of chapters in the Old Testament that might seem a bit strange to us at first glance. Leviticus 13 and 14. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Leviticus? Isn't that the book with all the complicated rules? And you're not wrong. But if we take a closer look, we can find some incredible insights that are surprisingly relevant to our lives today. These chapters deal extensively with a condition often translated as leprosy. However, it's important to understand that the Hebrew word tzarath was a much broader term than the specific medical condition we know as Hansen's disease. It could refer to a variety of skin diseases, as well as mold or mildew on fabrics and even on the walls of houses. In the ancient world, before they had microscopes and germ theory, this was their way of dealing with contagious conditions and promoting public health and hygiene. It was a practical system to protect the community from things they couldn't see but knew could cause harm. So, when a person was suspected of having tzarath, they would go to the priest. The priest acted almost like a public health official. They would examine the person and, if the signs were present, declare them unclean. This wasn't a moral judgment. It didn't mean the person was sinful or a bad person. Unclean simply meant they were ritually impure and, for the safety of the community, needed to be isolated for a period of time. They would live outside the main camp until the condition cleared up. Can you imagine how difficult that must have been? Being separated from your family, your friends, and your daily life would have been a huge emotional and social burden. But here's where it gets really beautiful. Chapter 14. Doesn't just leave them in isolation. It provides a detailed, hopeful path for restoration. Once the person was healed, there was an elaborate ceremony to welcome them back into the community. It involved offerings, symbolic acts with birds, cedar wood, and scarlet yarn, and a process of purification. This wasn't just a physical cleansing, it was a powerful statement that they were once again whole and fully a part of society. The community didn't shun them forever. They celebrated their return. What can we take away from this? First, it shows us a God who cares about every aspect of our lives, even our physical health and the well-being of the community. These laws were a gift of divine wisdom to protect his people. Second, and perhaps more importantly, it gives us a powerful picture of restoration. We all go through times when we feel isolated, disconnected, or unclean in some way. Maybe not physically, but emotionally or spiritually. We might feel separated by our mistakes, our struggles, or our pain. But just like the person with tzarath, there is always a path back. God doesn't want us to stay in isolation. He has made a way for us to be cleansed, restored, and welcomed back into fellowship with Him and with others. It's a beautiful foreshadowing of the ultimate cleansing and restoration we find through faith. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore these chapters. It's amazing how ancient texts can still speak so clearly to our modern hearts. If you found this helpful or interesting, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.